Here's an update on the Wheelhorse dump truck that I've been building. So far this week, at the end of the school days and whatnot, I got the frame all welded back together. So we have a piece of 1/8 inch plate steel going down the side with, I think, 2-inch angle iron. So we extended the frame a bit more. And I welded this all together. So some of them aren't the best, but they're definitely going to hold. And at some point we're going to have a piece of tubing in between here or in between here, just to keep it from flexing around. So it's actually surprisingly pretty straight. It's not really bent up too bad. And for the dump, we've been starting to work on that now. Here's our uprights for the dump, because we're kind of copying the loader frame for the Wheelhorse, the arc loaders, copying those. Only these are pieces 2-inch, gotta be like 1/4 inch tubing. And we just welded ears on them and 3/8 bolt. So that's what'll be the dump for the pivot. And then these are going to attach to the bottom of the dump body over there. So that'll give you your tilt and everything. It's going to be no grease fittings or anything, no bushings. Just keeping it pretty simple, low cost project, you know. Just grease them every once in a while and they ought to be fine. So those are all set on the axles, and it's nice because the load is going to be right over these, you know, right over the rear wheels, so shouldn't really be slipping too much. And then our engine, depending on where the end of the dump body is going to come to, which is probably going to be around here, the engine's probably going to sit right in this area somewhere, because the original mounting place for it is right up in the front there, because you can see where it was painted around the ear of the engine. And then we also are going to make a ROPS for this, and we're going to have a piece of 2-foot tubing right here, somewhere around this area here. And then this green 2-inch tubing, I think it's 8 feet. We're going to cut this in half so it'll be 4 feet high, welded up from here, and this will be welded straight to the frame on the sides. And then on the top of those, we're going to have another piece of this to cap the top. And then I can put lights or one of the yellow spinning beacons or something up on there. Because I plan to put on the engine, I plan to put an alternator belt driven off, because I got a whole pile of them over in the corner, so I might as well use some of them. They all work too. So then I can put some lights on it and stuff like that. But that's about how much we got done so far, so I'll keep you guys updated. Alright, this is about a week later from the video you just watched. Another update here. So, got the dash moved up and everything, so it's all clamped in now into position, and the steering wheel's, well, the steering wheel's not there, but the dash and everything's on there. We just loosely fit it into place, and the steering gear, the one that moves like this along here, goes through that hole and that one on the side. And then our linkage for the steering will run back under here over to this piece. The seat is probably going to get braced up on these pieces right here, with a couple of braces coming down this way, because that's really the only place we can think of. And this had to be moved. As you can see, we cut here. This used to be a roll bar. Everything has to get moved 6 inches back for the seat to fit here with the engine. A roll bar, we're putting a 4-foot high roll bar on it, which is about going to be mounted right around here somewhere. And we get the dump dry mounted on there for now. Just clamped on. All our pivots are in place and everything. And it's just enough of an angle to get it to dump at that lip. So that's all set. And then this piece here hits against this piece of angle iron when it goes down. And for the drive setup to move this, I have old Bronco 14 parts here, and we pulled off the drive setup for the hydro drive, and this will be mounted right here. I'm going to weld some more angle iron down this way, and that'll be mounted so that little ball can go into there and move that up and down. And then through a series of linkages using this pivot point and this one, that will be able to move that up and down from the driver's seat. And for the rear end, because when you pull this up on the tractor, when you disengage the belt on a hydro, it locks in the transmission, so it's pretty much a park and brake. When it goes down to about there, it releases this so you can drive. So we're going to use an old throttle cable, just a push-pull one, which will probably get mounted right around here on a little bracket, so you just reach down and pull it up and push it down, and that'll activate and work on this. So that'll be release and to put on the park and brake. So it's coming along. We just got to get the bed bolted through. Got to drill the holes. It's kind of weird because it's actually pretty long, but the bed is so small, but it's kind of neat. The engine's all back together. The 14 horse. That's just a carb there because we were fitting it on. We wanted to make sure everything fit, measuring up. It says 10 horse, but it's actually 14 horse because I had to use a 10 horse cowling because the other one was rotted off. Screen and everything's on there. And I have to put a fuel pump on it because of the way the gas tank will be mounted, which I'm using an old Briggs one, just I had laying around for parts. So anyways, I'll keep you guys updated, so that's all for now.